Well, the end of the first day of Biggest Loser. I'm having my salad. It's a pretty good salad. I'll have to give you the ingredients, but I'm allowed so much vegetables and meat and stuff like that. So what I did is I made a fried rice, chicken fried rice for the boys, but I saved out some of the chicken for me, and of course chicken has spices and stuff like that on it. And but not the rice. That was good. And then I made this energy salad is what it's called, and it's got like kelp and um, mustard greens. You know, like you take a leaf of each of those, some celery, and I don't know what all in there. There's tomato, little mushroom. Basically, I made a big honkin' salad, and on my thing, I'm supposed to have a cup of vegetables and then have a medium salad. Well, this was kind of a mix of both, so I took the vegetable part, put that in there, and then I just dumped my salad part in there, and so I felt like I got a great big bowl. And I've had this bowl since 8 o'clock, and it's now 10:30. I'm still working on it. I'm not much. I've always had trouble eating. That's my problem. Is swallowing is so hard, and I can only eat so much before I start feeling like I'm going to throw up. So I have to nibble all day long. So that's kind of why I like this first day on the diet that the doctor gave me, because it was like let's see, it was a shake, then a yogurt, and a shake in a meal bar, and then you get some meat, a cup of raw veggies, mind you, raw, not the cooked ones. I like my veggies raw. So I get raw veggies, and then I get a salad. And the dressing should be like a spritzer or something like that. This has, actually, instead of a spritzer, I took a little bit of, a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of ginger oil, and mixed that. And when I say a little bit, I mean like a smidgen. Altogether, I think it came out to about a teaspoon. And you mix that into your salad, and it's really strong. So you're going, wow, it's got flavor. And so I did that, and then I didn't really feel hungry all day. Of course, I'm not real big on eating anyway. Like that was one of my frustrations. I was eating maybe 1,500 calories a day to 1,800. I was supposed to be eating over 2,000. Could never reach that mark. And but I kept holding the weight, and come to find out, after doing some homework and finding out about the diabetes thing and stuff like that, and then the doctor was talking about how the sugar levels in my body is kind of like going nuts. Um, that I was eating a lot of carbs that I didn't realize I was eating. Granted, it's like uh, a lot of the vegetables, even though I'm eating vegetables, a lot of the vegetables are high in carbs. Some are higher in carbs than others, and so it's just knowing which one's the bad ones and which one's the good ones. So something I need to learn. I need to work on that. And so that was one of my big troubles. Today we didn't get to work out because normally we go work out first thing in the morning, but we had the weigh-in uh, like about 11, and we usually go in and work out at 9. And so we weren't allowed, when you're going to do the weigh-in for this thing, for the bod pod, you're not supposed to eat, you're not supposed to work out a few hours before, 2 to 4 hours before you go into the machine, so that it gives you a proper reading. Well, here it is 11:30-ish before we're finally in there and getting dealt with and all that kind of stuff. So it was like 12 o'clock before I could even have my first shake. So thankfully the doctor wrote down the time schedule, so I kind of just said, okay, the first thing and the second thing are 2 hours apart, so after I had my first shake, I knew 2 hours later I could have the next thing, and then about 2 hours later have the next thing, so on and forth. It's about 2 hours apart from each other. And my dinner, I fixed it for 8 o'clock, and it's 10:30, and I'm still working on it. That was my dinner. And so that's that. Oh, for the Biggest Loser, and I'm gonna be having recordings of my visits with the doctor. I have a whole bunch of stuff, but there's so much information there that I want to break it down and get it in there bits at a time. And I have to get set up with something online. MyFitnessPal, I think it is. I need to get that set up. I probably won't get it set up before Saturday because tomorrow's my Mother's Day. I every Friday I go to Mom's, and so I'll be getting all this information into you guys and posting it, and you can find out where I'm getting my information, and so you can check your information, get yourself straightened out on stuff. Well, anyway, this is when it says Biggest Loser. I don't know if you can see it, but right up there it says Buckley. That's the place that's having the Biggest Loser contest. It's at Buckley, and they call it the BBLs, Buckley's Biggest Losers. And it is a 12-week through the end of March. And I'm kind of disappointed with it. Granted they have classes and all that kind of stuff, but it's like they don't even have a physical done because there's no liability. So in other words, it's a gym, go sign up for classes, good luck, type of thing. Where before they had classes specifically for the Biggest Loser groups. They had cooking classes for that. They had all kinds of classes, and now it's like, well, we have these classes and it's available, so just show up and you're completely on your own is basically what it is. So I found some stuff. There's I'm going to call these challenges. They're incentive programs. Basically, after you get so far with so much work on these programs, you win stuff, like, water bottle, towel, or whatever. So, my thing is with you guys is if you want me to do this stuff, tell me how many miles to do. I've been known to walk a 5K. It may take me an hour or two, but I could do a 5K. This is a bike one. And you have to, I guess you just bike ride to a certain point, so many miles, and then you get stuff for it. And I think you max out at 2,097 miles. So basically it's each time I go in, I put in miles, that kind of thing. This one is running. I guess you get on the treadmill and run. And they have maps. They have maps in the hallway that will show your name and show where you're located, your code or whatever, and it'll show where you are on the map as you go through your trips. So that's kind of cool. So this one's running, and this one maxed out at 1,390 or 339 miles. So that's that one, and this one's cross trainer. I think that one, yeah, this one is the one where you're on that walking machine. I got one of those back here. You're on a walking machine and your arms go back and forth like that. So that one you have up to 500 miles. And then this one, yes, I see you, sweetheart. I got a kitty that's having issues. Big issues for a little kitty. This one is strength program. Now this one is weightlifting, and at first I about had a heart attack. I says, what do you mean 5,000 pounds? Basically what they're getting at is you get a weight, whatever weight it is, and you lift it, and each time you lift it, counts. So like if I have a 5-pound weight and I lift it, that's 5. that's 10, that's 15. That's what they're talking about. This one's going to take me forever because uh, I'm not allowed to have weights yet. I can probably pick up about 3 or 4 pounds right now at a time, but I shouldn't do any more than that. So I'm hoping to build my back, to strengthen my back up, and hopefully get somewhere with it. I used to be able to pick up my husband. My husband couldn't pick me up, but I could pick him up. That was the funny. I was like picking up the husband and carrying him over the threshold thing. Shay, I think, would be fun when I go to VidCon. It would be fun to be able to go to VidCon, walk up to Shay and pick him up. I think that would be cool. Yeah, because he's always the guy who picks everybody else above each other. This is the exercise schedule for the Biggest Loser. They have spinning, warrior fitness, solid strength, body blitz, and yoga, and Zumba, core conditioning, beginning TRX, Ignite training. That's pretty much it. It was suggested by my doctor to do the warrior fitness, but it looks like, oh, they have some classes on other days than Friday. Okay. Yeah, I was just like, can't go to the gym on Friday. That's my Mother's Day. I have to go see my mom on Friday. So that's all the Biggest Loser stuff. And like I said, I have 2 scheduled days where I go to the gym, which will be Thursday and Saturday. Today we went to the gym, but we were not allowed to work out. So we were kind of like, okay, so we did our grocery shopping, and we did a lot of walking and stuff like that. So got that done, and then I had 2 videos to get up, got them done. Matter of fact, this second one, the one for Allie, just finished on the computer. And then I'm trying to think of what else I need. I felt pretty good all day, except around 5 o'clock. I just was doing one of these things. And I got up, I reached for the sky, try to, bend over and touch, type of thing. I did that a few times, and I finally started, getting my circulation going and stuff like that. So I felt a whole lot better after that. So that's my first day. The diet so far, I'm doing good. I'm supposedly people are feeling hungry and miserable for what I have to take, but like when I got the shake, it took me about an hour to get the shake down, and then the yogurt, I think, took me about a half an hour. That food bar, protein bar, or whatever it was, that one went quick. I was working, and I went to reach for it, and it was empty, and I'm like, when did that happen? So I figured I ate it, and then, I don't know, about an hour or so later, it was time to start fixing supper, and I made that stir-fried rice for the boys, and saved some chicken for me, and made an awesome salad with lots of veggies and stuff in it, and made me some tea, and that's my day. So we'll continue, and I will eventually get all the stuff that I got from the doctor in there, because I really want you guys to see the stuff that I'm learning from the doctor. It's just awesome. And it's interesting, and I'm hoping that this really does work, because I have tried everything. I've even tried starving. One time I actually starved myself for 2 days and gained 10 pounds. So we'll see how this works. It's just, I'm just wondering how it's going to work. I'm like, I'm not hungry, so I guess I'm doing pretty good. So anyway, I'm repeating myself a half a dozen times. You all have a good night, and I'll see you probably tomorrow night. I might try to get some videos while I'm with my mom, but it's probably not going to happen. But we'll see how that works out. And I have to make a doctor's appointment because I ran out of some medicine. I have to fix that. You guys have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. See ya!